You're going to love it. It's going to be better than a Hallmark movie, but we've got to lock in, my friends. Locking in is so important. And we're going to talk about what locking in looks like because in this life insurance industry, it's negative at times and it's really easy to lose the lock. And we were so locked in, and then we got an email or we got a message that just dropped us emotionally. And this business isn't about emotions, it's about high engagements. And it's so easy. Boy, I've done this industry for over 20 plus years, 2+ decades. And let me tell you, emotions will just get under your skin and take you out of the business. It will. The biggest things is thoughts. Thoughts become things, and you don't want to allow anyone to have access to the buttons on the elevator. All right. You want to elevate your career. Don't allow people to push your buttons. Don't allow other agents to push your buttons. Don't allow clients to push your buttons where you lose control of the direction that you're taking the call. You're losing control of the emotional direction that you're going to take your day. Isn't it easy to get derailed when you look at an email early in the morning? Isn't it easy to get derailed if you look at a message from a client that says, cancel my policy, I changed my mind, or you know what, just pause right now. And you're just like, fuck. Or is that just me? Okay. You can lose it emotionally sometimes a little bit, even if you're not saying some words that maybe you need some soap in your mouth for. I'm saying you got to get yourself into a position where you don't allow that to impact you in the beginning of the day. So we're going to give you some tips and some hacks because insurance game in this industry, you've got to treat it like a game. It's a game of perceptions. And if you want to be more powerful, we've got to put some blinders on and we got to guard the buttons because the buttons in the elevator will take us up or take us down. So let's dive into it because some of the things we can stop and some things you can't. All right. Number one, we can stop social media from impacting us negatively. They call it the doom scroll. A lot of insurance agents start in the morning, yeah, and then they don't because they're busy like, oh, let me just take a look at Instagram and YouTube and some TikTok, and it just took hours of your life away and it took your mindset away. My friends, if you can't fix it, don't focus on it. If you can't fix it, don't focus on it. Get off social media. Lock in on your business because that's what it's about. Your mindset affects your money. You cannot be focusing on the news, which is nothing but poison, right? Oh, there's Venezuela. Oh, what about this? What about Cuba? What about a lead vendor going down? What about this? Oh, there's an email over here. What about this? Oh, a person was blank, blank, blank. Nothing's positive here. A lot of it is poison that seeps into you, and you wonder why your view of everything is a little jaded. My friends, turn it off. What you don't know can't hurt you. I'm not saying to be an ostrich. There's a time to look at your email. There's a time to scroll. There's a time to do that. The time is not in the morning. Nothing is going to change. How many times in your career have you had an email or a message that had to be handled in that very second? Put it in the comments below. Is it less than 1/10 of 1%? I would say so in my life. So, in the life insurance industry, what can you control? Number one, you can control social media, news, noise. All right. Look at it like noise. I can turn the noise off or turn it down. I'm not going to look at my email or my social media or anything until after noon. I'm choosing when to turn it on. You have control of this, my friends. You have control of the message that you're allowing to be spoken into you because what's in you is going to come out of you. And you can't have negative mindset and then jump on a phone call and expect it not to leak out of you. The life insurance industry is negative. It's not just a Hallmark movie where everybody loves each other. Okay. The business is, yay, it's really happy. And then there's going to be a hurt and a loss. And then guess what? It looks even better later, but you got to last. And you're not going to last when you're allowing negativity to pour into you. So, social media, what you don't know can, okay, hurt you? Nope. What you don't know can't hurt you. Turn the control knob down. Don't listen to it. Turn it back on later. So if your attitude gets affected, well, I've already been grateful and love what I do earlier in the day. I got a sale or two. Okay, no big deal. I don't feel bad about myself when I have maybe a lapse or things of that nature. All right. So what is stopping you? Number one, the biggest thing that I've seen is social media, the news, the noise. All right. We've got to decrease the noise and know that I'm going to step in to the ring and go ring-a-ling-a-linga and call my final expense leads like a boss, because that's who you are and that's how you're going to move in powerful ways in 2026. You want to be the best insurance agent in 2026? Turn the noise down. We've got to know enough to dial in and to lock in. All right. Now, number two is really important. And this is where prospect behavior is not your problem. If you spent the time on the phone, if you connected to the heart of the client, if you sold it properly and made it where it's affordable to them with their budget, you shouldn't be losing your mind a little bit when a client changes their tune later, or when a client on a phone call, when you're prospecting, says, I never sent that card in, mail it to me. I didn't do that. I'm too busy. I don't have time. My dog ate the lead and somehow filled it out with my return address label on it. Okay, this is bad behavior, right? Clients are allowed to be clients. Prospects are allowed to say things that aren't the truth. That's their job as a prospect at times. All right. And if you're trained properly, you're going to know how to translate what they say into just positive ways that get them back on script to be able to help them. It's about helping the client win, helping the prospect win, but we've got to be powerfully trained in fundamentals so that doesn't funk us up when we get into a sales call. Because it's so easy to let prospect behavior impact us, right? Prospect behavior is prospect behavior. Don't let the job overwhelm you. It's our job to handle these types of things. It's our job to be trained in rebuttals and objection handling. We're ready to handle and help the client. It's not going to hurt us. But so many agents allow prospect behavior to be like a poison that gets in us. So when a client says, I never asked for this, or I changed my mind, or mail it to me, or I don't need it anymore, and they just filled out the final expense telesales lead like 2 seconds before, and you're like, oh my word, you're about ready to lose your mind. Once again, my friends, you're in control of your mind. Your mind matters. It matters to me. It matters to your family, and it matters more importantly to your future. Guard your mind. Out of all the things you can guard your mind. Just like guarding the buttons on an elevator. What's going to take you up? What's going to take you down? We've got to be disciplined enough and to know, don't push those buttons. Don't allow anyone to push your buttons. You're in control of this. We've got to just put our hands up and go, I've got this. All right. So prospect behavior is what prospects do. It's not a reflection of you. Focus on that. Reflections of you are what you really did on the script. Reflections of you are how you maybe connected to that client during the call. Did you shortcut things? Probably not. You're probably really just taking this business seriously so that when, let's say, 20% of your business does go sideways, that's normal, my friends. It's not a reflection of you. It's part of the insurance industry, which is why 90% of insurance agents don't make it in this space. And you hopefully will become that top producing final expense agent, because where there's risk, there's great reward. But you've been prepared, you're ready. But prospect behavior is not a reflection of you. Be positive in the place of pain, knowing that at the end, if you just keep watching that Hallmark movie, it's going to get better. And sometimes it gets a little worse before it gets better, and a lot of people give up. You're just going to get up every day and be ready. But number three, you've got to treat your energy, you've got to treat your really mindset and where you lock in on like it's money in the bank. Is this going to be something where I'm going to focus on putting my time into the news? Am I going to put my time into TikTok? Am I going to put my time into social media, doom scrolling, or la 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 la? Or I'm going to put my time into maybe income producing activities. I'm going to put my time into leads. I'm going to put my time into training with a team. I'm going to put my time into translating a simple business in easier ways, because the business is not easy. And it's so easy, my friends, to get off course in this space. It just is. We've got to be locked in. Imagine what your career would be if you eliminated distractions and you dialed in and just made the dials as a full-time insurance agent, and you didn't allow negative self-thought to diminish your chance of success. I want the best for you, my friends, but knowing the best things to do is great. But we've got to know what not to do, what to navigate away from. No different than you're a powerful ship in the ocean. All you got to do is get around the rocks. And sometimes those rocks can be social media. Sometimes those rocks can be allowing prospects to rock you when one person out of 10 tells you they didn't want it or they change their mind. Or you're prospecting and they tell you, I don't need this. I don't want this. I changed my mind. Keep your mind on powerful, positive thoughts, my friends, because remember, your happiness in your career is about hustle for sure, but it's about keeping your mind strong, allowing the buttons that you are in control of, that you push to take you up in this career so that you don't look down ever again. You're looking to help these great folks win. And by eliminating distractions, you may be more dialed into 2026 than you ever thought you were capable of. Let everybody else get distracted. That's okay. You're going to be the best insurance agent they've ever seen or ever spoken to. You're going to outshine all those little dull wannabe stars out there because you are single focused. I hope this helped you, my friends. And if you need a good work family to call a home, we do recruit insurance agents and agencies nationally to sell life insurance, Medicare insurance, and a ton of annuities. We do it face to face, we do it in the telespace, and free resources always, no matter what work family you align with, at jasonfinalexpense.com. I appreciate you, my friends. Take 2026 to the very next level. You are in control. We'll see you soon. And remember, you've got what it takes.